Hello troll dolls. I'm just going to close this window because even though it's quite warm, somebody's just decided to start banging about when I want to film. Typical. So I finished the sketchbook, yay, and I was going to show you, so here we go. This is my first sketchbook that I've been actively just trying to draw on a daily basis and just get back into the flow of creating art and being free to do so. So this is the first journey. I'm definitely going to keep doing this and keep like dedicating myself to a sketchbook. Oh, I need to write the date when I finished it, which was today, I think we're on about the 14th of September now. Raccoons. This is just a little pencil drawing of raccoons because I absolutely love them, and I feel like my spirit animal is a raccoon. All of these, actually, every single one of these ones is me in a nutshell. At this point, I was rewatching all of Pirates of the Caribbean, and I can understand why I was so obsessed with it as a kid, because it's great. Stands the test of time. Really enjoyed it still. And these are all just watercolor illustrations. I quite like this guy. I was for this I was playing with washing the whole page with a colour and working over it. I do really enjoy it. Particularly enjoy it with this guy because he looks so cool, like cool tone. Makes me sad. These are some doodles, again in watercolour, of Bray Wyatt. The legend that was. This I was painting while I was having the worst fucking period cramps. Like, I was up at 2 in the morning and I didn't get back into bed until like 4:30. So I feel like this has really channeled something. And it helps. It helped. Cute little cat spread, of which I have done a paint along with me to this. I just like cats. That's as simple as I like cats. I kind of like that these gave me an opportunity to try and make a bit of character with these guys. I'm not massively happy with how these all turned out at all, but there's some of them, like I really like this. This is nice. I like the posture of this one. It reminds me of my old cat. Yeah. But you know, this is the whole point of this, is to learn and get better. Back to Pirates of the Caribbean. This is me and my other half. If we were in the series, yeah, I think I've nailed us there. This is just a biro. This was a fuck up that turned into something a little bit like the Mighty Boosh. I'm into this. Just if you don't like what you make, just scribble over it and don't let it get to you. Okay, to get me feeling a bit looser, I was reading a book. I was listening to the audiobook, a biography about Hilma Klimt, who was an abstract artist, and it was the idea of automatic drawing. So I kind of just automatic drew and then created these beasts from the shapes that I'd made. I absolutely love this one, and the fact that I actually did this without really thinking about it, I'm quite into. And this guy, I don't know what this is. It's like a snail cloud thing. So yeah, there's this guy. But this one's fabulous. Very fun. I'd quite like to make this. This is cool. This is when I had a headache. And these are doodles I I drew an illustration of me and my friends as sort of Adventure Time characters for my friend's birthday. So these are like the cats, and this is my best friend Sam and Patsy. Patsy has one of those inflatable dinosaur costumes, so that's her true form. That is a true form. This one's me. This one's Lilac and Amber. Yep, so I basically just arranged these differently onto the actual thing that I gave Amber. And again, these are just pencil. Another automatic drawing dude. I kind of like that he's ended up sort of like a Roman Grecian god of some sort. I don't know what of, but yeah, I'm into it. He's got nice titties. So he's also got nice titties. Whenever I draw a dude, they just end up with Ethan's face. So this is, yeah, another one that looks a bit like Ethan. It's got his eyebrows, his angry little eyebrows and beard and cheekbones. Yeah, but this was a sort of D&D character that I was just doodling for my own amusement. It's got some right thighs on him as well, hasn't he? This is a weird spread. This is just green, and I've doodled pickles all over here. Don't ask. I think I was just playing with texture more than anything there. These were doodles while I was out. I was trying to explain this guy that we saw at an American football match while we were over in the States. And that is him. He looked like a Pixar character, and that's what he looked like, with a hot dog, and he was eating it so weird, like his lips were coming out, and I just couldn't stop staring at him. I hate watching people eat. I like hate the sound. It just freaks me out. But there's every now and then there's just somebody that's so not real that I just have to sit and stare at them, and I couldn't help myself. Like, this guy was so square. This is what he looked like. And then this is Ethan again. He comes in. His friend Deck and Post Malone in the background there. So just the little doodles. Cool. These are more sort of character-esque illustrations. These are almost like sort of like, this one's maybe a bit Tarantino character. I used to make fetish wear, so it still comes out in my drawings, evidently, because all of this you could find in Torture Gardens. In fact, I made something quite similar to this, so there's that. This one I really like. He's fun. I can't decide whether this is just a gay man at a rave, or whether this is like a really butch wrestler that's just comfortable with himself, and I don't know. What I am saying is I would like to see Cowboy Adam Page wearing this. However, I don't think it suits his persona right now as the absolute bastard. Either way, I'm happy with this. This is cool. I'm not even mad at this. This sketchbook itself was something that I started or used in GCSE, so years, and it's just been sat there. So I pulled the bits out that I wasn't using, and this kind of had a weird pattern on it, so I just spilled some ink and went over the top. This is the sort of concept and starting to doodle I'm not sure what I'm going to call a panic attack pussy, crisis cat maybe. The frame canvas that I did, and I've literally just varnished her, and it stinks of varnish in here now. But yeah, this was the original concept of this. This is kind of like that point in a sort of meltdown when you just can't be reasoned with and you just want to tear yourself to pieces, that is that piece of art. But yeah, this was just the doodle and the concept, because I was trying to think, what kind of face do I want, what pose, etc. So that was the start of that. This is Sam. This is one of my best mates. And this really is, you know what, if I got my mitts on the Little Mermaid, this is what it would be. It would be very different. And Sam would be sneaking to the surface to have a fag. 100%. I'm very, very happy with this. This is a page I will treasure. These are more sort of meditative pieces, particularly this is a mandala. So I literally just made the background. In fact, I think I've made the background of both these pages and was like, I'm just going to do something that's more active than thought-provoking. So yeah, I just painted the backgrounds and then I came in and just doodled and had a nice time just zoning out while I did this. On this side, I played with the texture a bit more and just went in and stitched little bits and pieces. I'm not mad. Well, I'm not enjoying the colour scheme too much on this because I feel like it feels a bit GCSE. However, I am a big fan of the texture and the layout of this. I think if it wasn't in such a contrasting colour palette, I'd enjoy this much more. These, obviously to cover my stitch marks, I just whacked a bit. This was like a sweet bag that had something in it, not sweets, and doodled over. I'm not too pleased with how this ended up. But anyway, it's alright, it's over. And this was a dragon that I pulled out of a tarot deck, so I kind of drew it and had a nice time doing that. What I'm having an issue with is some of my metallic paints are almost like too metallic and they kind of ruin it with the glare. But yeah, again, it's a sketchbook. It's just about learning these and getting used to your own materials. This is a little spread where I have been trying to figure out branding for my other half and something for him as well. So again, this is just another sort of trial and error, sorting things out page, and I think the next one will be as well. Yep, again, more mindless, just doodles. Sometimes I just don't want to draw and I want to switch off, and I think having a sketchbook that just allows you that space to just chill out and draw shit and switch off from the world is really, really important to me now. Yeah, so that's just another page, but I like these colours together. This sorry, so this is just a nice acrylic background with all these lovely little white ink doodles as a frame. Your hands are an extension of your heart. That was a thing, like a little phrase this guy said in this barbecue this barbecue show on Netflix, and I was like, oh my god, that is absolutely beautiful. And yeah, like, I work with my hands every day. My 9 to 5 is I make costumes, so yeah, like, and I absolutely agree with that. Your hands are an extension of your heart. You just pour all of your soul into the things that you make. So I doodled that and wrote that down. Another D&D style character. Yep, just drawing various poses and positions. Memento Mori. remember you must die, remember to live. Another little valid saying right there. This one was another sort of D&D-esque character that I was just doodling. And here we are, the Chaos Cats, Crisis Cats, Panic Attack Pussy. This was my, I don't know what that is, just a bit of grass. Cool. This was my sort of illustrations of like how am I going to do the face, what am I going to do for it, etc. So yeah, that was just my little spread while I worked on it. These were a game changer. So this is acrylic and emulsion on back, and this is like a weird fantasy couple. So here we have Batgirl, literally Batgirl and Mothman. They've got like this secret love affair, even though Batgirl really wants to eat Mothman because she's a bat. Anyway, I really love these, and I think it might be the colour scheme that I'm loving and just the whole aesthetic of the whole thing. And these are a kind of game changer because, as you will see later on, this is basically just what I'm doing and just exploring this sort of weird textured background, shit drawn over the top. Maybe I found my aesthetic. Who knows? Probs not. Fashion-y illustrations. Again, look, I made fetish wear and it just creeps out every now and then. These, I was playing with more of my paints to get well, I had new paints. Hence, I was going through all of them to see how they looked, and yeah, I'm a big fan of this gold. That's very lovely. Disney ones. Snow White has really odd boobies, but hey, that's that. I was watching Legend, and this is something that I actually drew from memory rather than actually drawing off of the TV. But I do love that film so much. I kind of want to watch it again now that I've seen this. Yeah, Tim Curry is an absolute legend, and that scene where he actually seduces her and she's there dancing with that dark mirror of herself, that dress, mwah, chef's kiss, it's beautiful. Here I'm just being weird. Oh, that's bled through there, but oh well. Visit Florida. This is my idea of Florida. I would like you to pay attention to the crocodile toes that are cliff hanging over those heels. Big fake lips, gold bikini. Absolutely, that's just how I see America. This is my plant, Lilith. She's beautiful. She's downstairs. She's doing really well. So I was doodling her. I am quite a fan of this. Yeah, very nice. These are a bit mad. These were, so I've glued in the base, which is this weird spattered material. So years ago I did a session which was like a sort of a sort of art therapy session with my mum at her work, which was like a service for adults with learning disabilities. And I still had some of the things people made knocking about my drawers. I needed to fill this space because, again, it was a few pages that had just got shit on them. And yeah, I've doodled these sort of face flower people. I like the idea. I think what is kind of killing it is it's so busy behind. But yeah, I'm not too mad. Like, the idea was there. She's probably my favourite one. Again, this is a print that I made a while ago when I was doing some little paint samples. So I've just collaged it and whacked it in here because I didn't know what to do with it, and I thought, why not? We'll just fill the page and do a little spread with these bits that I've already drawn. Yeah, then that's it. You know what? People who do the foiling, it's so hard. I made a right state of that, which is why it's been cut up now. But yeah, anybody who can do that well, good on you. This, again, another one of those sort of meditative, brainless tasks, but I really love this because it reminds me, yeah, Willy Wonka, but it kind of reminds me of a really old 90s cartoon called William's Wishing Wellingtons. Please, if you remember it, comment. But there is an episode where basically, like, William is a little boy who has Wellingtons that when he's wearing them he can make wishes, and he wishes for everything to be made of sweets, like Candyland, and he just gets really, really fat because he eats everything. The 90s were wild. There was definitely a lot of body shaming going on back then. Trigger warning, but it's such a cute animation, and this is really kind of like the aesthetic of that episode all in one. Good nostalgia on that one. This is shy, but again, this is another one of those sort of training out, figuring out what I'm going to do, because I'm painting something for my gran for her birthday. She absolutely loves wolves. Like, she's got so many trinkets and bits and pieces of wolves. I love it. These little shapes that were sort of those little Fimo cookie cutters that I just drew round and then let the watercolours bleed into. This was just a bit of an experiment to see how things dried. And then I just drew faces on them because it was a nice little exercise to practice expressions and little characters, and I actually quite like these. They're cute, they're fun. Yeah, quite happy. And now we get into the rest of the book. Is a sort of little mini series and this is all sort of star signs. So we have Aries and Taurus, again with this like real textured background, and then the pens that I've used over the top are a sort of marker and the white chalk markers. Gemini, I do love these colours, and I quite like that I got to play with a sort of like lighting direction on these. I'm not too fond of her face. She looks a bit weird, but she looks familiar. These weren't drawn from anybody. I just kind of picked up a pen and drew. That was it. We've got Cancer and Leo. I think I went a little bit crazy with Cancer because that is definitely a woman dressed as a crab, maybe. I don't know. Is she a crab? I'm not sure. Anyway, and Leo looks more like Falco from Neverending Story. Again, top film, guys. Absolute top film. These ones I'm into. So we've got Virgo and Libra. I do enjoy the background on this. I just think that these worked better as pieces, but to be fair, I did work into these ones a lot more with ink markers and such. Then we've got Scorpio and Sagittarius. I do quite like this. Again, I think sometimes like just the composition of the paint underneath just works better with everything being quite centrally white. This one just flows a little better. This one could have been doing with being a bit paler up at the facial details, but hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. This, I also love the colours. This one I think I like it even more because this one I just had loads of notes in the back of all sorts of crap, and I just painted over it, but I like that you can see little pieces through it just for that added texture. Also this face, it's almost like Donkey from Shrek as Capricorn, and Aquarius. Yeah, I love this. And just a cheeky little nip. Pisces, my sign. Yeah, just a couple of fish that don't really match. And look at this saddle. Whoa. I'm really into him. And I'll just show you that one as well. And finally, just got a nice scully in the same sort of texture. And yeah, that is it. That is your lot. Thank you for sticking with me through that, because that is a long ass video. If you like this, I guess you need to subscribe. I will probably be posting another one of these in a couple of months or so when I finish the next sketchbook. So until then, keep posting on whatever crap I'm doing. And yeah, tell me what you loved and what you hated about this sketchbook. Bye.